Okay, so once we've defined all of the joints, we need to define something that's fixed in space so that you can actually do the analysis. And then you also need to define a command, how it's going to, start or where it's going to rotate. So we already did creating a cylindrical joint, defining a command. You can either define a command after joint creation or during joint creation. So for the example they give us, you can define it after the joint creation. So what they do is they just go in here to their joints and they pick, I think it's this one. Yeah, they pick that one. And the command that they put in is that it's angle driven. So this will be the driver.
Which one's that one?
It's the one that says 2-4. So rod 4 and rod 2, the connection there. So if you go ahead and press OK, you're good there. And then the next portion of the tutorial says define a fixed part. You use the little anchor tool to define where your part's going to be fixed. And so they just fixed rod 2. To the so I just double clicked on Revolute 3, which is the rod 2 to rod 4 connection. Double clicked on it, and then I said it was angle driven. That's command. So that's basically saying this one's going to be angle driven, and so it will follow. Like the whole mechanism will depend on that specific joint rotating at an angle between negative 360 and positive 360. So that thing is what's actually going to be driving the whole thing. Okay, so then we need to fix an element. Let's go ahead and fix rod 2, which is that one. And then once it's fully constrained, it says the mechanism can be simulated. So that way you know that it's ready to go. Yeah, the anchor will fix it in space. It's just that. And I just did rod 2. You can pick any of the rods, except for the one that has the command on it. Because if you fix the one that has the command on it, it can't revolve because it's fixed in space. And so since it can't revolve, nothing happens. Okay, so it can be simulated. So to simulate it, you click on the Simulation with Commands button, and you can go ahead and slide this thing, and you'll see that it moves. Now you'll notice about right here, it should hit, right? But it doesn't. You can just go, you just keep on going. Keep on keeping on. Right? So for this analysis, we don't really care if there's collision detection, but for the curious and interested student, there is a collision detection analysis that can be done inside of Catia. It's this one right here. You can do clash detection on, and then you can actually run an analysis. Let's see, which one was it? It was sweep volume trace. Oh, clash, right there. So you can do the clash, and it will actually tell you at what angle or what translation or what, fixed point or whatever the clash occurs. So if you want to turn clash detection on, if you just do this little drop down next to the blue box with the little black sphere next to it, you can turn clash detection on, and then you can run this clash simulator right there. It's the sphere with the star next to the blue box. For this lab, we're not going to do that, but if you want to figure out how to do it, there are tutorials available, and they'll actually tell you at what points your simulation will hit something else, which is valuable information if you guys are in industry and you've created a 4-bar mechanism for like a backhoe or something. You need to tell when it's going to break. So you can do a clash detection. We're not going to worry about that too much. Mostly what we're concerned with right now is being able to get a video of this thing revolving around itself out to Word. So if you do a simulation, you can select the 4-bar mechanism or whatever it is that you're doing the analysis on, and it will bring up a list of this edit simulation stuff, and it'll have like the 4-bar. So you can slide this thing to different points, and you click insert, and it will take a screenshot of it at that point. So if I click insert there, slide it a little bit, click insert again, slide it a little bit more, insert again. So to get to that menu, I did simulation. Yep. And so the simulation will show up in your part tree, and it's got everything in there. But you can do speeds and accelerations if you want to. You may go faster or slower at different points. So what I did is I clicked on that, I clicked on the 4-bar mechanism, I rotated it through the different points and kept hitting insert every time I wanted a screenshot of it.
How did you get that bottom kinematic simulation thing to show up? Yeah, I'm not looking at it.
It should show up automatically.
Like in that, when you pull up the simulation box, make sure you actually select mechanisms.1 in that box.
Oh yeah, make sure you select the right mechanism.
Like you can't, it won't let you select it from the tree, you have to select it in that box.
Yeah, so if you hit that, it'll allow you to do that. So you can just scroll through this thing and hit insert at all of the screenshots that you want to do. And when you've done that, right below it, there's a simulation player. Or, not that one, sorry. You want, oh, sorry, where is it? There it is, right there. Compile simulation. So you'll want to compile all of the screenshots that you've taken. So if you click on that, you can name it whatever you want to. Go ahead and press OK. And then if you go to the replay, you can hit play, and it'll run through it really quick. If you guys want to edit it a little bit more, you can go back here and you can change the time step to something like really slow. So you can do like a 0.02 and press OK. And that's it. That'll show the recording like that. So then if you hit this and hit play, oh no, let's see. There you go. Go really slow. So you can kind of see that it's moving at the different screenshots that you inserted. Yeah, so to do that, you go to simulation, select your mechanism, and then you scroll through this bar, and every time you want a screenshot, you click insert. So you'll click insert several times at different points, press OK, and then you'll come over here to the compile simulation. You'll name it something, and you can change the time step so that it goes really slow. See, so that will be what's shown right there when I compile it. Yeah. And you can go into the part tree and edit those if you need to.
I think you can have it auto do those inserts too.
Yeah, you can. Okay, so there's that, and then if we hit replay, play it. There you go. Okay, so that'll create the actual video. But then you need to get it to an actual file, like a video file, so that you can show it in your PowerPoint. If you go up to Tools and go down to Simulation, there's a Generate Video. So if you click on that, you can type in the file name if you want. You can change it to different types of compressors. Unfortunately, I don't think there's any in here. So you're just kind of stuck with what you've got. But you can call it like test or whatever. Press OK. File access protected. So let's go and save it to my J drive. I'll call this one test 2. Okay, there we go. So you have to go in and actually specify where it's supposed to be saved. And then you press OK, and it will generate it as an AVI file, which you can then insert into PowerPoint. Done. So you can come down here to actual PowerPoint. And if you do insert video, you should be able to navigate to where you saved it. Test 2. It'll take a second to upload it, but it should embed the video right into PowerPoint, and then you can test it to see if it works.
You can't do it straight into Google Docs, can you?
I don't think so. I don't think Google has that capability yet. I'm sure they will soon.
Probably.
Okay, so there's the video, and then you can hit play to test it, and there it is. So this would be an excellent analysis to do inside of your final project. You can have like the tire turning and showing like how the suspension, or like the steering, the steering control arm, if you have one of those on your car, show how that moves. Or you could apply brakes and like kind of show how the wheel stops. You can have the axle spinning with it. Or you could do like the motor with its gearbox, so you could have that spinning and show the what's that called? It starts with a D. The differential. Thank you. Show how the differential spins with it. You could. One really cool thing about Catia is they do belts and chains, which NX I think just barely started to implement. And so if you guys have a chain or belt on the motor that like causes your rear axles to spin or something, you could simulate that. There's a whole variety of things you could do. So you can just throw that in your PowerPoint and say, hey, we did a motion analysis on this thing. It works. That's a really cool thing to be able to show. So anyway, that's kind of the gist of it. There's a whole bunch of other stuff you can do. All of the different types of joints that you can apply are right here. If you're not sure what those do, you can go into the help tutorial and kind of look it up and say, okay, this constrains everything except 1 degree of rotation. There's collision detection. We got the video out there. You can change the different types of materials that are being shown. So let's pull this out here. So like if you had a material applied, you could do a shading with material. I don't have a material applied right now, but you could actually show this thing revolving with like steel and things like that. And then we're going to do visualization. So once the visualization has been applied, you can actually show it with the visualization stuff on it as well. So we'll go ahead and hop into visualization. But basically you can do like a photo rendering of this thing. Let's see, there's the floor. I just click the camera. That'll take you into the Photo Studio Easy tool. It's basically their dumbed down visualization tool. I'll kind of show you the stuff in here, but I'll also show you their actual not dumbed down Photo Studio, which I think is a lot more user friendly than NX's. So hopefully your guys' visualization tools will be a lot cooler than what they've got. So you can apply a background if you want to. When you click on the camera, this rendering tool will show up. You can apply a background if you want to. So just click on the button and it will take a while to load. So like you can add a background to it. Right now, go to the default. So now we've got the default background. You can add sky, clouds, things like that. When you want to actually do a photo rendering, you just click the little render button. It's just the camera. And it'll show lighting, it'll show materials, it'll show decals if you want to put decals on it. So that's just the basic editor. If you guys want to go ahead and make a really fancy one, if you go up to Start and go to Infrastructure, there's the Photo Studio.